Hello everyone, welcome back to Book Club Preview. I'm Michael, and today we're looking at the Spiderwick Chronicles, The Seeing Stone. Now, in this chapter, it starts with Simon getting kidnapped by goblins, and Jared is following Thimbletack to try to find some Seeing Stone. So they go outside, and Mallory is practicing her fencing. And Jared says, "Mallory, come on." And Mallory's like, "What are you doing? What's wrong?" And Jared says, "Goblins got Simon." But Mallory doesn't believe him. She's like, "Goblins?" And Jared just pulls her and says, "Shut up. Come on. They might hear us." So he's trying to speak quietly. And he just pulls Mallory. And Thimbletack is kind of jumping and running from shadow to shadow into this carriage house. A carriage house is a long time ago when people used horses. They would have a big house or barn for the horses to stay. And then if they were rich enough, they also had a carriage inside there. And that way they could sit in the carriage while the horses pulled them. And so this was kind of like a really big barn or house for the horses and the carriage. So they go in there, and it's just old, and it smells terrible. And you can see in the picture, it's dirty. Things are everywhere. But they start looking around, trying to find this Seeing Stone. Now they start opening crates, and they start looking at different things, and they find this one, and it has a bunch of newspaper articles. There'll be like something, and they'll open it, and there'll be some binoculars inside. But it's also wrapped in this newspaper, very old newspaper, and they kind of read it a little bit. They open one, and it talks about a boy being drowned. And then, there was one about a girl being drowned, I think. And then another one about a boy being eaten by a bear. And then the shocking news is the brother survived. And the brother is Arthur Spiderwick. So we can see that when Arthur Spiderwick was a little boy, something happened to his brother. In the news, they said a bear ate him. But probably with all of this stuff going on, we can guess that it wasn't a bear. It was might be a fairy or a goblin or a troll. Something happened from this new kind of world that we're seeing now. And this is probably why Arthur Spiderwick started studying so much about these kind of creatures. We don't know. That's just a guess and a hint that we get from that newspaper article. Well, they find this kind of piece of it's not like glasses, it's just like one piece, which we'll see in the next picture. But it has a hole inside. There's no lens, there's no glass. And then Thimbletack says, "Hey, I have it. It's this stone." And he said, "I can give it to you, but I need to know that I can trust you, because this is really powerful, really strong. And you can hurt many people and do very bad things with this." So he's saying, "I have to give you a test." Now, Jared doesn't like this. He gets angry because he's like, "Come on, Simon needs to be rescued." And Thimbletack's like, I know, but this is important." Jared gets so angry that he just grabs Thimbletack. "Give me that stone." And suddenly Thimbletack changes. I think he changes to like a lizard and is kind of trying to move around, but Jared doesn't let go. He changes to a rat and he bites Jared, but Jared doesn't let go. And then Thimbletack changes to an eel, and the eel is like it's like a snakefish. It's a fish, I think, but it lives in the ocean, maybe lakes, but it looks like a snake, and it's very slippery. But he just holds on until finally Thimbletack drops the stone, and then Jared puts his foot over it and lets Thimbletack go. Thimbletack, poof, disappears. In the last chapter, we talked about why can Jared see Thimbletack, but he can't see the goblins? Because Thimbletack was letting Jared see him, and so that's why Jared could see him. But now, after Jared was holding on to him, Thimbletack doesn't want Jared to see him, and poof, he disappears. But Jared has the seeing stone. So they put it inside this piece, and they can see, and Jared looks outside, and there's goblins, and they're getting close. And here's the picture of the eyepiece, and so you can wear it and put it on your face. Some vocabulary words. The first one is clutter. Clutter just means like messy, not so much dirty, but there are many things everywhere. I don't know about you, but I think about like a grandma. Usually grandmas have a lot of things in their house, and it's kind of like there's too many things. There are things here, maybe it's hard to sit down or put something down because there's just so many things everywhere. And this is like cluttered, so much stuff. Another one is a bridle, and here's a picture of one. This is the thing that you put on a horse so you can control it. And again, this is a carriage house, so there's many different horse things in here. A saddle, a bridle, a brush, different things like that for horses. Frustration. This just means it's a kind of mix between angry and losing your patience, I would say. Angry and losing your patience. You just get, oh, come on! Like that kind of feeling. It's not anger. I'm gonna punch you, come on! But it's just like this feeling. It's a little bit angry and a little bit in a hurry. Maybe that's kind of a good way to put it. Frustration. It's a hard word to define. Flailed. Remember when I was showing you that eel movement? That's the word. Just kind of moving every part of your body like crazy. We call that flailing or flail. And in this case, it's in the past. So Thimbletack flailed to get out of his hands. So he was just shaking and trying to make Jared let him go, which Jared didn't. And here are the goblins coming out of the forest. And our discussion question. So we didn't really get to hear the question that Thimbletack was going to give Jared. But the question is, do you think Jared passed the test? Was Jared's motivation part of the test, or was there a different test and Jared didn't even try it? He just stole the stone. What do you think? Did Jared pass the test, or did he fail the test? And then, of course, please make your own discussion question. What are you thinking about while you read the story? What questions did you have while you were reading it? Oh, I would do this, or what would you do? All of those kind of things. We want to hear about it. We want to discuss it. Well, that's all the time that we have for today. But thank you so much for joining me for this episode of Book Club Preview. Bye-bye. Hey, if you have any questions about the video today, please feel free to leave a comment in the comment section. If you had any other vocabulary words that you wanted to know what they meant, let me know. And also, if you're interested in maybe joining one of these book clubs, please leave a comment and I'll get back to you. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.